astounded by the resilient success of this reading series. In my long, bitter life, I have never seen such a wonderfully attended series of readings anywhere, ever. So, thanks, you guys. I'll tell you a little bit. This is the book, All the News I Need. This is an advanced reader's copy. You can pre-order it. There's a website for it. And technically it's coming out in March, but it'll be out early in February to go to the AWP conference for a select group of people who want to look at it for an hour there. And a tiny thumbnail of it is that All the News I Need chronicles the journey of two troubled, contentious friends. Frances Ferguson is a lonely, sharp-tongued wine country widow. Oliver Gaffney, a painfully shy gay man and retired kindergarten teacher, and friend of Fran's late husband, lives out equally lonely days in San Francisco. What follows is a brief telephone conversation between them. Ollie had just turned off the hot dust-smelling reading light, adjusted his sleeping mask, punched his earplugs in deeper, and positioned the rolled pillow between his legs while assuming a fetal curl in the dark when the bedside phone rings. The sound, a shrill, witless bleat, frightens him so much, even through earplugs, that his torso and shoulders jump. Both his arms buzz with pouring adrenaline. He can never bring himself to turn off the phone, even for sleep. What he imagines he'll miss by turning it off, he can't say. He dreads calls, telemarketers, electioneers, firemen, and cops. Worst are acquaintances trying to show an interest. Birthdays, lunches, teas. Crossing it off their to-do lists once they've dialed his number. Or the few old Castro friends wanting to check out the billionth re-release of Fantasia or Gone with the Wind or the original Mildred Pierce. Sometimes it's former students or people he knew from school. He doesn't wish them ill, but he can't think of anything to say to them beyond the usual niceties. He relies on the machine to collect calls like roaches, and on the fact that the caller is often identified on the handset. He never phones anyone back. He hopes people will assume, when they do not hear from him, that he is traveling or too senile to remember to follow up. The rare instance, he thinks sourly, when age might work in one's favor. Another electrified bleat. He pries the sticky plugs from his ears, flicks the light, pulls himself across the bed toward the handset in its sleek space-age base, a comic strip apparatus from a future he now inhabits. Seizing his spectacles, he holds them like lorgnettes to make out the name on the screen. Fran Ferguson. For Lord's sake. This late? He snatches up the handset and presses the green button with his thumb, struggling with his other hand to loop the spectacle earpieces behind his ears. His heart's still a tom-tom. Fran. His voice breathless, a heart a punching fist. For heaven's sake, what is it? Is everything all right? Perfectly groovy, thank you. Just pipping. Ollie, did you know that Jane Fonda, who is about 80 years old, stands 5 feet 8 and weighs 121 pounds, and looks like $1 bazillion? He takes the first stabilizing breath. Clamping the receiver against his ear, he uses his free hand to shove 3 pillows into a pyramid, wriggling up against the pile so it will support his back. He removes the specs, closes his eyes, exhales. No, Fran, I didn't know that. It seems to me, Fran says, heedless of his rejoinder, that money has everything to do with this. Knee replacement, hip replacement, facial work. Fonda admits to it. Let her have her bit of theater, he tells himself. Give her her timing. It's making one of us happy at least. And neither of us has to wake early. Except he likes to be up by 8 to feel he's not letting the day get past him. And he likes to have at least 9 hours of sleep, which has already, with this call, been curtailed. He keeps his voice even. Yes, Fran, the money. That does indeed sound likely. So if money can accomplish the crudely physical, Fran says, her language sounds rehearsed to him, then money can surely as hell at the same time give a jump start to the metaphysical. Don't you think? What? She's lost him. Thank God he doesn't own a cell phone, though she hounds him all the time about getting one, or he'd be dealing with this everywhere he went. She carries hers in her bra, which makes him laugh when it rings, her breast sending out the stagey bing-bong of a high-end doorbell. Fran, I'm sorry, but may I wonder... Tell me something, Ollie. When was the last time you heard anyone going around whistling or singing for no obvious reason? And something else. When was the last time you whistled or sang for no obvious reason? Her words like a smart slap, followed by the creeping heat of his blush. His bedroom so still, occasional shirring in the street as a car passes, a siren across town. In his ear, the whoosh of Fran's exhales through her nostrils. After a pause, presumably to allow him time to speak and then satisfy herself that he will not, she continues. Me neither, Ollie. I can't remember hearing anybody singing or whistling since forever. At least, not in my neighborhood. It happens so seldom, just about clubs me over the head when it does. And Christ knows I don't go around singing or whistling. So it's not like I'm trying to lord it over anybody here. I hope you can appreciate that. He opens his mouth, closes it, glances at the little clock, near midnight. It seems to me, Fran is saying, that I remember that people went around singing aloud. Yes, Fran, he interrupts quietly, closing his eyes again. In Bologna. Bologna? She sounds confused, thrown off her script. He can hear sticky, shifting noises, probably passing her phone into the other hand. After Kirk's Florence semester, Ollie says, right after he was done teaching and you'd begun traveling. You and Kirk were walking past shops, arcades, beautiful old buildings, you said, but graffiti everywhere. A sunny Sunday morning, the university was letting out for the year, and a bunch of boys were cruising down the middle of the street, singing the song, Hey Baby, I Wanna Know, whoa, whoa, if you'll be my girl. The boys sang it together on key in perfect English. Then you boarded a bus, I think, and as it pulled into the street, the boys walked behind it, waving and singing. You said it made you insanely happy. You said that it also kind of shamed you because the kids had so much joy, they could afford to give some away. Quiet from the receiver. Wow, Ollie, you remembered. I didn't think... I know, but I do listen, Fran. Another silent moment. He glances at the clock, sighing. Franny, dear, it's getting late, and I really... She was speaking before he could finish. What do you think, Ollie, about the idea of going there? Or somewhere like there? In the silence that follows, she adds, what I'm thinking, what I mean is, what about going together, Ollie? Thank you guys very much.